Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finals of BAM, the Toronto Youth Slam. It's kind of incredible that we are now at the end of our third season. We're going to be choosing the next team that's going to represent Toronto, and because of a few really amazing developments in the slam world with the Canadian Festival of Spoken Word, basically coming in the summer of 2013 is currently the projected date for an annual National Youth Slam happening in Toronto every year.
Wow.
Yeah. You're damn right. And CFSW, the Canadian Festival of Spoken Word, has started something that we started in Toronto, and they're continuing next year in Saskatoon, which is a National Youth Slam Showcase, which is going to be amazing. So that means that the team that gets chosen via tonight's slam is also the team that is going to represent Toronto in Saskatoon at the Youth Slam Showcase. Now, the way this is going to work when we get to the slam part is 7 of the poets who slammed during the semifinals are going to be slamming here tonight, and their scores from the semifinals are going to be added to their scores tonight. So their total score will be out of 120, and we'll figure out the top 4 that make the team. All right, so a couple bits of housekeeping. First off, let's see. We're gonna get to this poetry slam thing in a second. Do support the venue. We're closing off our third season here. They've been awesome. The wait staff here is great. So do be nice to them and order food and drink. And if you don't drink, that's fine. Just find a poet you like and buy them a drink. That all works out fine. Tonight's feature is my favorite poet sitting in the front row. And I'll tell you more about him later, but please give it up for Ritalin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know I ask this every month, but who actually has never been to a poetry slam? Put your hand down, Spencer. Put your hand down, Crystal.
Francis hasn't.
Awesome. A poetry slam is a form of spoken word competition which was begun in the 1980s by a Chicago construction worker by the name of Mark Smith. In which original pieces are judged by 5 randomly selected members from the audience. Judges, please hold up your scorecard so I can see you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and where's the 5th one?
At the very back, remember?
Yeah, 1, 2, oh there we go, 4, cool. So, judges, you will be scoring these pieces from 0.0 to 10.0 based on both performance and content and possibly even some originality. Basically, 0, which I don't anticipate we're going to hear a whole lot of tonight, is the worst thing that you have ever heard. You're looking for the nearest blunt object to knock yourself out to get away from the words on stage. 10 is the most amazing, life-changing, religion-inspiring thing that you have ever heard. You're trying to figure out the best way to build a shrine to this poem. Everything else you're going to score somewhere in between. We drop the highest score, we drop the lowest score for a possible perfect score out of 30. Now, there are no props allowed, no costumes, no musical accompaniment, and because these are the finals, no team pieces either. This is all individual poems. Time will start from the moment that the poet engages the audience, whether that be on the way up to the stage or at the mic. The poet has 3 minutes to perform their piece. There's a 10-second grace period given, after which points will be deducted. I believe that's it for the rules and stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Poetry Slam?
Yes!
What?
No.
Blood! Blood, please!
Blood? Okay.
One murder.
So for those people who are new, these people shouting the blood aren't actually ordering their steak. They're calling for a sacrificial poet. And the sacrificial poet is going to come up here and perform their poem. Judges, you will score them as if they were part of the competition, but their score will not actually count. This is just to calibrate the judges, to get everyone used to this whole poetry slam thing. And judges use this as a benchmark. So anyone after this that you like better, you're going to score higher. Anyone that you don't like quite as much, you're going to score lower. We all cool on that? Yeah. Awesome. Please welcome our sacrificial poet for tonight, Marcus.
Bad boy, Marcus. Okay.
Have you ever seen a razor blade swivel its hips across an ivory dance floor? Waltzing across barest skin with steel stilettos, leaving bloody passion and pain blazing across the floorboards. Marching in file down her wrists, like a barcode of all the memories she wishes she could buy back. Humming to a melancholy of her family's regrets, her friends' goodbyes, and a somber soundtrack of burning bridges right until the music stops. Her mind is shackled to better days. Childhood memories projected onto cumulus clouds, but the silver linings auctioning off the rest of her. To a father who sees the bottom of a shot glass more often than his own family, with fists that fall like comets and paints her face the same hue as the night sky. And a brother that used to be the only good thing she ever had. Her moonlight in the darkness until she came home one day to find him hanging in his bedroom. The trauma screaming all its darkness from the walls, turning him from light into statistic. She misses him, and she wishes she could say hi again, because sometimes life is just a race, and the winners are the ones who sprinted their hardest to get away from what's behind them. So she cuts herself. Another slice of heaven, because in this whirlwind of a world that swirls crazy in her veins, it's the only thing she can control. Baptizes herself with the pain, blesses herself with the blame, slicing her skin, scorching across the metals of her arms like burning crosses, asking God to admit all the mistakes he ever made. She carries on, back breaking from the pressure of carrying a building brick from all her regrets, 60 sob stories high and wide as the horizon, singing a lullaby to her heart. The replays like shattering glass in the crook of her smile and the breaks in the laugh that she wields like a morning star. So how do you tell a broken woman she's beautiful? You don't. You give her roses. Not blaming her for having thorns, but being there to clutch her petals in between your fingertips, holding her chin upright. See, my words may not be as sweet as the morning dew, but I would still give them to you. Because I've known girls that have been called beautiful. They birth art in their eyes, turned into portraits, turned into poems. But you are a renaissance of a woman, something truly beautiful, and I'm here, just trying to understand you.
Keep it going for Marcus. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. And you guys, all 5 at the same time, are going to hold up the scores. So 3, 2, 1, up with the scores. Okay, so we've got a 7.1, 7.7, an 8.2, a 6.5, and an 8.6. Applaud the poet, not the points. Judges, thank you. Just keep all 5 scores up in the air until I've called all of them out. That way, in case I have to repeat, we've got them, but we're cool right now. Now, judges, use that as your bar. So again, anything that you like more, you're going to score higher. Anything that you don't like as much, you're going to score lower. And make sure not to be swayed by the audience, okay? So that as an 8.5 right now is worth the same as an 8.5 at the end of the second round. Be stalwart, unflinching paragons of artistic integrity. Audience, it is your job to sway the judges. All right, so